Hey guys, welcome. My name is Jamie Harris, and today we're going to be developing a landing page. It should be pretty simple since it's a landing page. Minimal REST API, back-end services. If we need any back-end, hopefully we'll be able to get it all done in the front end. This is pretty unscripted. We kind of have an idea of what we want to build. I'm setting with our client, Rebecca Gedahun with Miraz. You can go ahead and say hi, Rebecca, if you'd like. Or
Hi,
not.
everybody.
Perfect. So she's going to be telling me, kind of guiding us on what she's looking to achieve, and we're going to develop it out today and deploy it. Okay. So we're going to be mainly focused on just your basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and jQuery. We're going to be using MarketingBlocks, which is machine learning to help us develop out the landing page, and yeah, a lot of it's going to be done for us. All we got to do is apply a little bit of developer skill set, and that's it. Now, before we get started, there's a few tools that I'm going to be using, and every developer should be using a couple of these tools. This is Visual Studio. That's going to be my IDE that I'm going to be working in. If I do have to use any back-end services, I'm going to be using Docker, and this is Docker Desktop. So I would also suggest, if you are out there and you're going to be developing, to get familiar with a good IDE. That's essential. And get familiar with Docker. It's almost everybody's using it. It's pretty mainstream now. I operate on Linux, so being comfortable with terminal and some basic command lines is going to be really good for you. Really cool to have. Operating Linux, since 98% of all websites are on Linux. That's probably smart, and that's a statistic from a couple years back, but not to digress. Linux is most likely the system, if you're serious about developing, that you're going to be using. And this is Postman. So Postman is going to help you test out your REST APIs. If you're doing any web development work and you're most likely working with a modern architecture, then you're not going to be doing any server-side templating. You're going to be working with the REST API and front end. So you're going to have a good skill set in vanilla JavaScript and most likely a framework. And for your backends, you're going to be testing out, and in order to test them, Postman is a good tool here. Okay. So let's get started. Rebecca, it's pretty unscripted. We're just going to go through some setup, and Rebecca's going to tell me exactly what she's looking for, and we'll see what we can do to achieve that. I've got about 20 minutes here, so this video is not going to run any longer than that. There may be a part 2 most likely, and most likely a part 3. And we're going to work until we're done. All the way until we can go and see it on the internet. So that's the goal. Alright, so switching to our browser, we are going to be using MarketingBlocks here, so I'll go ahead and log in. Perfect. Alright, and she uses GoDaddy, so we want to make sure that we're logged in here. Perfect. So we are going to want to get to the hosting panel. We're going to see what's going on. We already know that we've got a website deployed there already, and we're hosting multiple websites at this domain with multiple domains, which is pretty typical. Alright, so we're logged in there, and I'm most likely going to use SendGrid to wire up sending emails. We'll get to that and figure that out later. I've got Facebook opened up. I want to close that for now, but we are going to run some advertisements in Facebook, and we're most likely going to have another website coming that we're going to show you how to build from scratch, and we're going to use session authentication using Django REST framework. Again, using a modern architecture and design, staying away from server-side templating. Okay. So let's go ahead and start us a project, or do you want to start with a new project or use an existing one?
Let's start with a new one so that people will be able to see how the process goes.
Okay. So we were looking at a landing page for a virtual assistant. What kind of virtual assistant? I know that you've got a couple of landing pages that are getting deployed, so let's target a market. What market do you think?
Logistics will be our priority.
Okay, do you want me to build one for logistics?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, so we're going to start with logistics here. Okay. Alright, we got some prompts here. Let's start with a few questions about your product. What is the name of the product or offer? So it's going to be virtual assistant. For trucking companies. Sound good?
That sounds good.
Is there anything that you want to add?
We'll be able to edit it later on, so
okay.
That should be good enough for now.
So let's describe our product or offer. Do you have any suggestions? You want me to kind of ad-lib this?
The products are in the logistics business. We do dispatching, onboarding.
The actual product, though, is the virtual assistant, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we want to stick with that, because if you say recruiting and onboarding and we don't specify the virtual assistant, then is it outsourcing the entire recruiting department with a full recruiting department, and then that kind of gets away from virtual assistants. So I've got an idea here.
Okay.
It's going to be too lengthy. 200 characters.
It
Our
should be
employees
fine
help your
because
company.
you'll be able to edit a lot of things later on.
Alright, so we're going to stay with that. What keywords best describes your product or niche? Okay, so we definitely want virtual assistants. We want to target logistics. And we'll call it trucking. Recruiting. We know that we recruit, right? And onboarding. So bookkeeping.
Safety and compliance.
Safety and compliance. Okay. Let's see what that gives us. What's your preferred brand color? What color would you like? A light blue?
I think it's that. I like that.
Light blue?
No. Yep.
Right there?
Yep.
You want to stay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright,
Yeah.
so let's build our marketing assets. We're going to be creating a landing page, so we're going to click on landing page, add new page, blank page. Oh, I've got to make a title for it. Alright, so this is Source HQ, so that sounds like a good title.
Yep.
Okay. And looking through these templates, anything jump out at you?
So we can choose anyone and then edit it.
Okay.
The
I think
process.
it's a good idea to start with a template that's going to require the least amount of editing that visually attracts us.
Mm-hmm.
So
One thing we want is some services that can be clicked and then get expanded into more information. So anything that looks like that will make.
you're kind of looking for an accordion here. Let's go with this. This has got a lot of pictures, and here we're going to have these blocks. And if it's designed well enough, then this should collapse into stack up.
Yeah, the color choice, can you choose something else? It's too much coloring.
Okay.
The same format type, but you can find more. How about that one?
Right here? This one?
Yeah. Then we can start adding more from the left to the right. So for example, if we need this one, don't push it in, drag it.
Here?
Yeah, you can drag it.
Do you want this?
Yeah, on top. It's at the bottom, but that's fine. Yep. So the services, you can put them.
You want that on top of this? Do you even want to keep this?
I don't like that one, so you can remove it.
So clicking the cogwheel up here, we'll click the remove. And like I say, guys, I've never really used this. Rebecca's used it a few times, but I'm going to be at the helm today. Okay. How complicated do you want to make this thing? What else would you like?
We don't need much. We can go through it, and as we need to add more elements, we can add elements as we go. But we can start with what we have right now.
Okay. So what I would suggest is, so we're going to be redeveloping a landing page each time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the idea behind it is we spend most of the time here, and then the time that you're going to use me for, because if you give me these files, the time that you use me for, we should be able to get through it quick, fast, and in a hurry, right? Mm-hmm. That way we can prototype out as many pages as we want to until we get something that works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're off the bat. Let's go ahead.
So if you click all, whatever you want, whatever the type of page that you're looking for to add, you can add it based on the type of element or solution that you want to add on the page.
I understand. Okay, so let's look at here. Increase efficiency and streamline logistics with professional virtual assistants for trucking companies. How does that sound?
That's good. Too long, but good.
Okay.
For a main page.
Okay. Do you want to
streamline logistics with professional virtual assistant is enough.
Okay. Streamline your logistics with professional virtual assistants for trucking companies. Okay, so this is repeated. I'm going to edit, or I'm going to get rid of this. I don't like things that are repeated. Okay, so we got a learn more button here. And this is a form, so it's setting up your post methods. This right here, this is something that I'll be doing. Okay, so I don't really need it to tag that. Okay, now streamline your trucking operations with a team of knowledgeable professionals. Maximize efficiency with a team of virtual assistants focused on logistics. I don't know why she's wearing a mask. Can we change this to make...
yes, just click on the picture and then you go and you can choose
yeah, let's look at something that looks like a truck. So it looks like you've already got a lot of trucks. You've already done some marketing.
Yeah, the one that doesn't have logos
right
for
here.
a company that we work with. Yeah.
Okay.
Would be good.
Oh yeah, that looks better. Okay, so I don't see a lot of truckers doing a lot of microscoping here. So let's get rid of that.
You can choose from the stock. Go to the stock and you can search whatever you want. Remove all the.
Oh yes, here we go. So we need a 53-foot truck, and that makes sense. Trucks cross mountains. Mountains are tough. All truckers know mountains. Sounds about right. Okay, let's get another truck shot. And alright, so let me get through this here. And some truckers actually do that kind of work. So, not that kind of work. Here we go, dump trucks. We want to be inclusive of everybody in the logistics industry. That didn't work. I clicked on it, but it didn't. There we go. Okay, so we're inclusive of 26-foot box trucks, transfer trucks, and dump trucks. Looks good. Streamline your trucking operations with a team of knowledgeable professionals. Okay. Streamline your trucking operations with a team. Yeah, we're going to keep that. Get in touch with us. Okay. So let's change this around. And we're going to. I already know the address, so I'll go ahead and put that in here. Okay, so we don't have 3 locations, so I've got our first location in Yakima.
You can change the icon to email, and you can change the other icon to phone number, and have everything.
Okay. So we're going to center this. Makes it really easy. It snaps to grid, it looks like. So dragging and dropping is pretty cool with this. I mean, you don't really need a developer to do this. It's that easy. Okay, need help managing your trucking company. That sounds good. Okay. What is this plan all about? And this is something that we need to do here. Okay. We provide professional assistants that help you with everyday business tasks and or specialized services. Our professionals are trained to dispatch in the U.S., recruit drivers, employees, onboarding, bookkeeping, and so much more. Perfect. Okay. What do I benefit from this offer? So first of all, what is this all about? How can a virtual assistant benefit me more than hiring locally? So virtual assistant and our virtual assistants can save you as much as 60% in labor cost. Any work that can be done in a cubicle can pretty much be done remotely. Okay, perfect. What? Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 3 of these.
Why don't you remove the bottom 4, left and right?
Perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it with 3, and we can add these later. We want to get going, and you can come in and edit these, and you can do a video on that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what can I benefit from this offer? Aside from saving you money, our assistants have a background in background. Let's spell correctly today. And trucking. They have been, or our company has 6 years. Is it 6 years?
Yes.
6 years. Let's not do 6 because I have to update it every year. Our company has been servicing logistics companies since 2017. Okay, perfect. Let us help you make the most of your logistics operations and maximize your business potential. All right, looks like we got campaigns, email marketing, branding, offline, contact, fax. So I'm going to wire in the fax. Do we have a contact? We got to start now. We got to send a message here. So that's going to be our contact page. I'll wire that button in. Okay. Offline, I'm not going to create offline content. Branding, I don't care about that. Email marketing, ain't nobody going to sign up for that. That's it. I want contact and fax. Okay, so later on we're going to add a lot more to this, but right now we are going to start with this and we're going to deploy this.
First we have to add service details. Without service details this means nothing yet.
Oh.
What do we do?
Well, that's a perfect point.
So go to add sections, and what type of sections that you are
Let's go
looking
ahead and
for.
save this real quick.
Okay. From all.
Okay.
So do we want it for people to go in and shop for it, or?
I think on a landing page, no.
Okay.
A landing page needs to collect information. Okay, so we're trying to get them to do something, right? So if we're going to build an e-commerce backend, that's going to be a completely separate site. You can have 20 pages that points to the e-commerce backend somewhere, right? But the landing page, in essence, is we're going to sit here, and in a couple hours, we're going to prototype out a page and deploy that page,
Okay.
and then you can put that inside your marketing portfolio. So if you're creating Facebook ads, which we will go through, then we can create a Facebook ad, and we can have that ad to point to this landing page.
Okay.
Then we can take and we can make a couple of changes to the landing page, and we can start utilizing some testing methods such as A/B testing, where we make one change and one change only, and we collect data on 1,000 hits, and we review that data, and you can make decisions on, do you keep A or do you keep B? Okay,
So
what do you want?
We need something like go back down. Yes. Wait, you're scrolling real quick on me, I believe. There has to be a list of things that we do. So something that looks like that you can find.
Well, how about a portfolio? No. How about
Features. That's what the things that we're doing.
Absolutely. That sounds amazing. Okay. So, choose the right design for your...
Okay. Go down. Let's see. Go up back. This one might be a very good thing. You can choose where to locate it. First, scroll on your main page and see where we should put that.
Okay. Let's see
At
how
the
this
bottom?
looks. Well, so we open up here,
You
right?
don't need the address. The address. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, because you're not taking in walk-in customers. But if you're going to market locally, an address does make sense.
Yeah, but at the bottom, the flow of the page has to be consistent.
Okay. Very well. All right. Logistics simplified. Virtual assistants for...
Yeah. Can you remove that?
Get in touch with us.
Yes.
Any questions? Well,
Because it's creating a gap when you scroll.
you got to
on
learn
the
more.
page. Look, that is a huge gap just for a title. You can delete it completely. Yep. That is it.
Okay. So, logistics simplified virtual assistants for trucking companies. Sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and... So, we do bookkeeping. Okay.
Yep. I'm going to give you the lists that we're going to do.
We...
Recruiting and onboarding.
A remote bookkeeper. Our remote.
Instead of creating a sentence, what do you think about doing like on bookkeeping? What we do is recording like categorize financial transactions, managing account payable and receivable, creating and maintaining financial reports and stuff like that. Things that we actually do.
Categorize financial transactions. Go ahead.
Okay, creating and maintaining financial reports, balance sheets, income statements, cash flow statements, financial document database management.
Income statements, financial statements.
financial document database management. These are some of the things that we do on the bookkeeping. So.
Okay, so I think data management is going to fall underneath something different. So.
Yeah. So on here on bookkeeping, before you go, you can add a button here, so people can click and request the service, right?
Well,
That's the idea.
What I would do is this is what a virtual assistant for. This is what our virtual assistant can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
And then below this, I would make a big old fat right here.
Okay.
Exactly what this is.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to read. They're going to be like, oh, crazy crap. That's what I need. And then they're going to say, let me go ahead and fill this out.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Okay.
That's a good flow to it. Okay.
So now recruiting and onboarding.
Okay.
On recruiting onboarding, what we do is from posting job openings on different platforms.
Give me a sec. Post jobs.
Yeah, we review resumes and we interview. We manage background check and reference verifications. We also manage recruiting files to the point they get to the HR department where they got their first day of work.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I did is I put a little twist on it. So I said our assistants will post jobs, review resumes, conduct interviews, manage background checks, manage recruiting files, and walk your new employees through the entire process until day one on the job.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay.
So we do dispatch.
And I've got about 8 minutes, so let's see if we can finish up. Okay.
On dispatch, we manage scheduling, we monitor and update shipment status, we book loads, we communicate and manage bills, we manage driver and vehicle.
What's after book loads?
We book load, manage schedule, monitor and update shipment status, we communicate and manage bills.
You do what now with bills?
We communicate like all the BOL and stuff.
Communicate and what?
Manage bills.
So you're talking about bill of ladings?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we also manage drivers and vehicle information, including licensing, insurance, and maintenance records. Also,
Are those called driver jackets? Their
Yeah.
driver's license and all that?
Yep.
Okay.
We also generate reports and analyze data to improve operation based on the loads that we book. And also we answer customers' inquiries and resolve issues.
And customer service. That paragraph is getting long. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So the next one. We have done bookkeeping, right?
Bookkeeping, recruiting and onboarding, dispatching.
Yeah, safety and compliance. safety and compliance. We maintain and update drivers and vehicle records. We conduct regular safety audit.
Hold up. I keep on it. Drivers and vehicle records.
Yeah, we conduct regular safety audit and follow up with.
Give me a second.
Okay.
What's after vehicle records?
We conduct regular safety audits. We follow up with inspections of vehicle and equipment.
And we follow up with inspections and
vehicle and inspections of vehicle and equipment. We also keep track of maintenance and repair schedules for vehicle and equipment as well.
Let's do track. Okay.
Mhm.
So track what? The maintenance schedules?
Yes, maintenance and repair schedules.
I hate this word. So annoying to talk. Maintenance and okay.
We also track and report safety performance metrics.
Is that all you want to put on safety and compliance?
Yes.
Okay, it's getting a little lengthy.
Yeah, and this should be our last one. We do their social media presence, social media marketing for logistics companies. How do they use this in the social media? And you can write it more because you're.
So you want to include something about social media.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let's stick with online presence because you also do this. You also do this, creating websites, landing pages.
Yeah.
So online presence management.
Mm-hmm.
We
create websites, social media platforms, and management and maintain their accessibility to the community.
All right, our assistants can help you manage your accessibility to the community through social media and website development maintenance.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So this will be a first page to start with. I suggest keeping it basic, pretty basic. And what you do is when you add a component to that web page, then you're going to test. So you're going to have 100 hits or 500 hits or whatever. And you're going to look at the results of those tests. How long somebody stays on that landing page before leaving. And you're going to see those metrics. You're also going to see metrics such as whenever they click on the contact form. Okay? So whenever you do your A/B testing, you start with a simple page and you make a tweak. And you look at the results of that tweak. And then you decide whether that was beneficial for you or not. And then if it's beneficial, you can make another tweak. And through A/B testing, you can get the perfect landing page. And so there's going to be a lot of prototyping with this. So what we want to do is we want to make it very clean and easy to do. We don't want to spend 2 or 3 weeks creating a landing page. We want to get it done. Okay, so that is it. We are going to take this page and we're going to export it and look at the source code. In our next video, that's what we're going to do. So hitting the export button has downloaded this HTML zip. So we'll go ahead and open this up. We can see that in our Chrome browser that it's downloaded. You're not seeing this. Yes, you are. Okay. And then in our next video, we will get to looking at the source code. We'll see you guys back in part 2.